Hey everybody, it's Allye with Jeff Belzers, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe. This trim in particular is the High Country. Today we're going to dive into all the new exciting features, design updates, and performance upgrades that's included on this new refreshed Chevy Tahoe. Let's dive in. So for the 2025 model year, Chevy just did a mid-cycle refresh. So it's not a total overhaul, and it's still going to keep that same shape and style that we're used to from the 24s to the 25s, but there's just minor tweaks to the interior and exterior. Each trim level on the 25 Tahoe has a refreshed grille that makes it really stand out from the 24 model year. Also, there are new LED headlamps, fog lamps, and tail lamps for this model year. Here we have 22-inch aluminum alloy wheels on this High Country trim. But for the first time, Chevy is also offering a 24-inch wheel available on some trims, as well as a black appearance package. On the High Country, there are chrome accents that are standard, such as the roof rails, all along the body, the door handles, the badging, and the assist step. The biggest changes we're going to be seeing on this 25 Tahoe is inside. As we've been seeing more and more lately, Chevy has upgraded their screens, so let's head inside and take a look. Up front we have an 11-inch driver display that is fully digital, so that's new for this model year. And the real showstopper here is the 17.7-inch infotainment system. And since Chevy put this massive screen in, it has moved the shifter to the steering wheel column, which is something that I didn't like at first, but I'm getting more and more used to it now. So I'm curious what you think. Do you like the new shifters on the Chevys? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. For the 25 model year, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, as well as a Google built-in. And on the infotainment screen, you can obviously do a lot, but the biggest thing is that the heated and ventilated seats are going to be on the screen only, and then underneath here is where we're going to have hard buttons for the climate, which is really nice because then you don't have to find it in here on the screen while you're driving. Also new for this model year is the real wood trim that they have on the High Country. So this is all going to be real wood, which is just a really nice accent on this trim level. Here we have our wireless charger, and something else that's new for this model year is that they've moved these USB and USB-C ports up here. Before they were all the way back here, and I just could never get to them. And then we have a little bit of storage, 2 cup holders, a big console here, 2 additional cup holders back here, and the real trick is that this whole console, by pressing this button up here, can move back. For additional storage, to hide anything that you want to hide underneath here, but there's also another drawer that you can access. And something that my kids love about this feature is that then they can access these cup holders in the second row. For the 25 model year, Chevy did not change their trim levels, so there's still LS, LT, Z71, RST, Premier, and High Country. So we're sitting in the High Country right now, which is the highest trim level, so it's going to have the most fancy features. And specifically, the seats are all leather, and these ones are heated and ventilated. So when it's really hot, you can obviously cool down your seats, and when it's really cold, you can warm them up. So again, we're sitting in the High Country, which is the highest trim level. So it has the heads-up display, which is where instead of having to look down at your information center to see how fast you're going, or looking at your infotainment screen to see where you're going for your navigation, it automatically projects it onto the actual windshield. So all you have to do is just look down a little bit onto the windshield so you can see all that information. Now that we've covered all the major functions up here in the front, let's head to the back. We're here in the second row of the Tahoe, and on this one we have bucket seats, but you can do a bench seat in every single trim level, which is really nice. And since the Tahoe is made to haul a lot of people, this has 42 inches of legroom, so there's a lot of space back here for your second row passengers, as well as these seats are leather as well, so they're very comfortable. And we can also control the climate back here, so they can have their own climate control, as well as heated seats for the second row, USB-C ports, and a standard outlet underneath here. For car seat setup, we have 2 lower anchors on the outboard seats and a tether anchor on the back. And something else to note is that in the Tahoe, they have ceiling vents up on top for great airflow throughout the cabin. To access the third row from the second row, you have a couple of options. So you can just walk in the middle aisle here, or if you have the bench or you can't get to the middle, you're gonna have to fold this second row down completely. So you just fold it down and lift it up, and you have a huge pathway to the third row, which is really nice if you're putting big passengers back there. So it's not just for kids, it's also for adults. We're here in the third row of the Tahoe, and as you can see, this seat is pushed all the way back, and I still have a ton of legroom. So this is really great space back here. Some other things to mention in the third row are USB-C ports on both sides, cup holders for your passengers, and they have this big vent here, which is really nice for obviously airflow, and ceiling vents. As far as car seat setup goes, back here in the third row, we have no lower anchors, but we do have tether anchors on every single seat. So you can put a booster in here or a forward-facing seat. So if you're trying to get to the second row from the third row, you can obviously take the aisle. Otherwise, there is this really nice button that they have here on both sides. So you just press it and it folds the seat completely down. And it also folds it up. And now I can get out of the car safely and conveniently. Now let's talk about cargo space in this 25 Tahoe. Nothing has really changed between the 24 and 25, so the space back here is about 2 feet this way and about a little over 4 feet this way. And we have additional storage underneath here, although it's pretty thin, so can't fit too much underneath there, but there is something. Also, there are 72.5 cubic feet of storage behind this third row. So this is with the third row up, as you can see, and if we were loading things in here and needed to put the third row down, we can easily do that with the use of these automatic buttons. So to put the left side down, you just hit this down button, and it folds it completely flat, and you can also do that with the right. But if you want to put it back up, you can just hit the up button and it brings it right back up for us. What's really nice is that you can also do this with the second row. So these buttons over here with the little ×2 are for your second row. So all you have to do is just press this one and it folds it flat. But if you need even more space, you can press it again and it'll flip it up for us. So with everything folded flat, we get 122.7 cubic feet of cargo space in the Tahoe. If you're looking for even more space than the Tahoe offers, the Suburban is its sister vehicle, and it's 15 inches longer, and it has the same redesign for the 2025 model year. For the 2025 model year, Chevy is really incorporating a lot of safety features as standard on every trim level. So even if you go with the lowest trim, you're gonna have your Chevy Safety Assist, which will give you blind spot alert, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, 360-degree camera, and a lot more, totally included with the base price of the vehicle. Something else that Chevy is offering on every single 2025 model is OnStar Basics. So this will give you automatic cross response, voice commands, and remote access for 8 years for free. And this was not the case in previous model years, so this is actually a huge deal. 8 years for free. Another feature that's available on the 25 Tahoe is Chevrolet's Super Cruise. Now this is their autonomous driving feature, and it allows you to take your hands off the wheel so that it will do the driving for you, but it is something that you have to add on. It's not standard on any trim. Under the hood, this High Country comes standard with a 6.2-liter V8 engine. You can also sub this for a 3-liter diesel, and the other trims come standard with the 5.7-liter V8. With this one, you're going to see about 18 miles per gallon on the highway, and you'll be able to tow about 8,400 pounds, so you can take anything on the road with you. The 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe is a great family vehicle with a combination of safety and comfort features, performance, and design. What do you think of this mid-cycle refresh? Be sure to stop by Jeff Belzer's today to take it for a spin.